Yo, thank you for tuning in to watch the Orlando filming events live and direct from Orlando, Florida. We have 6 artists who participated and shared their work and their hearts and their souls with us, so I'm excited that you tuned in to check it out. We are building slowly but surely, so thank you for being with us on this journey. You can find out more at forgiveusmen.com, but for now, get ready for some inspiration. Peace.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Darien Bess, and this piece you're about to see is called American Orphan. And I wrote this poem just off the idea, I'm an African American, and what happens is I'm too African, quote unquote, to be American, but I'm too American to be African. So, you know, what am I at that point? What's home? What do I belong to? What's my culture? You know, because in America, it just you get the sense sometimes you're not wanted. In Africa, I'm disconnected. You know, to keep it simple. So this piece is just me letting that little boy out inside of me saying, I need mama. I need Mama America to love me, adopt me. You know, so I present to you American Orphan. America, can you see me? I just want to be loved. I want to feel what it would feel like to be embraced, to be kissed, to be hugged, to be loved, to be missed. America, can you see me? It takes a nation to raise a child. America, be my family. I cry myself to sleep. I cry to belong. I cry to be heard. I cry to be seen. Please, America, love me. Adopt me. Make me feel like you want me. I don't have a home. No room. No bed. No family. I want joy. I want love. I want sweet dreams. I want peace. America, can you see me? Signed, an American Orphan.
Hey Alberto, how's it going?
Fine, and you?
Pretty good. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming to
Nice to
talk with us about your work.
Thank you for inviting us.
I really appreciate it. I just had a couple of questions. I always love to talk to another artist. I think there's something about these times that really requires us to be thoughtful of the way we present our soul to the world. And I think artists are very good at that, presenting their soul to the world. So right now, at a time where things are so up in the air, and I think it's especially important to hear those voices. So I love your work. I'm really excited about this
Thank you.
interview today.
Thank you.
So I think I want to start with how do you think your childhood fits into the work that you do right now?
I every day I dream with something related with art, and my most important dream was when I 6 years old. And one day I to be an artist, and 42 years later I continue to make this dream reality. I start to cry when I paint a mural, or when I am working in my easel, or because this magic came, and when you feel this magic, my brain, my heart explode, and I start to cry.
Man, that's amazing. And that's the way it feels with your work, like you're putting your heart and your soul into it. It's not just looking at this mural is just moving. This is in America. Where did the concept for this come from?
This is part of one of the most beautiful exhibits in my life, and Creality School of Art in Winter Park made me possible this absolutely beautiful, beautiful exhibit. And Peter Schreyer, his director, commissioned me this mural because we know each other more than 20 years ago, and he know about our work, and he commissioned these ideas, this possibility to say many things, and I start to investigate, to research about our reality. Of course, in this little mural, it's impossible to catch the reality in America, but they give me freedom, absolutely freedom. Alberto, if you want to paint whatever, we accept. And
elements.
yeah, Nathan, in these moments in the world, I believe Mother Nature tells us something, and we forget many things, simple, very simple things, but wonderful things. Mm-hmm. If you up your face and see this sky, blue, absolutely blue, in the night, many stars, and I think the nature give us the best lesson. Hey, quiet, quiet. Don't put your attention outside in material things. Look yourself, look your nature. Hey, you need to learn something. And this is the opportunity because art in all categories talk about this connection with ourselves and with nature, with our loves, our sons, our daughters, our wives, our family, our friends. It's another kind of family.
Hi, my name is Juanita Tadom. I wrote my poem shortly after the marches started across the United States, after George Floyd's death. And one of the things that really hit me was the fact that we were united. However, within the Black community, we're still struggling with gang violence and drug dealing. And I'd like to see that change. Let Black lives matter always. Finally, the time has come when our voices have been heard. So I penned this sonnet about some of our behavior that's really absurd. To Black men, the herd have gathered and are marching in unity. While we have their attention, let's raise up our community. Though that woman weeping was not your mother, the man you keep killing is still your brother. Together we can work on bringing about real change. Otherwise, your death will be justified yet again. I'm calling on brothers confident to take a huge stand. Together we can build new paths with a free hand. Together, kings and princesses who can fund businesses and lead. The young minds full of logistics and planning, wasted hustling weed. Re-educate our youth and give them more hope. Show them it's not all about slinging dough. Tutors and mentors needed to build a better future, raising philosophers and thinkers like in our original culture. Stop dividing ourselves from those who have strayed away. Unity will be our strength. Let's not let this chance slip away. To Black women, can we stop the hating and beating on each other? When you really check it out, it's usually over a brother. Let us rise up to the status of princesses and queens. Drop the drama. There's no need to be silly. Sister, if you did not commit after your first child, release him swiftly. Stay single for a while. Queens, we really need to have a mental check. If after beating you so violently, you take him back. Makeda and Nefertiti led with great wisdom and power. Their teachings and legacy greater than any adorned tower. We need real dignity and smarts to rise up there. So let's stop belittling ourselves. The ancient teachings are very clear.
And actually in this video piece, Stoned Woman, I wanted to bring attention to systemic racism as far as Black maternal death is concerned. When I made that performance, I was actually 8 months pregnant, and I was quite afraid and in a heightened sense of awareness with the unnecessary deaths of Black mothers brought on by completely preventable issues, but issues that are not dealt with properly because of systemic racism. Our Father, hallowed be thy name. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. Forgive me, Father, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Forgive me, Father. I forgive you, fathers.
Because as from the beginning, like to just like start, my name is Hemler Mauricette, and I was born in Haiti. For me, it's just like I consider myself as a photographer of my time, and also like a teacher to educate people about like my inner world, how I conceive and see things, and have them experience my travel, because I transcend a lot, go to other dimensions to kind of like find muse, to kind of like I usually say, my goal in art is to touch as many hearts that I can by my art.
That's a good. I'm trying to touch as many hearts as you can through your art.
Yeah, it's too much.
In the earth.
Yeah, exactly. It's really interesting, especially already I have that desaline to blood in my veins. But we don't want to bring the past up, but you feel like history repeat itself, even though it's like on a different level, but things kind of like, re-submerge, reappear again, like in another form. But
a spark, it's like a fire. It's like you're breaking off a piece of yourself, but a fire that can ignite that in someone else.
Yes,
like that.
Sometimes that's exactly the methodology that I would use, because my pieces like they are like some external part of me, because sometimes I would probably be mentally strong or handle like if you kind of like hit me or something like that, but when you touch my pieces, it's like, oh, you scratch my heart. yeah, in place, and to kind of like paint the police brutality and things like that. But in the main subject, I have myself. And people always question me, why you paint yourself as a prisoner? Huh? Well, because PR stands for them like prisoner, right? And but for me, it doesn't stand for prisoner. It stands for president. It's just like a perception, right? And because we see things from different angle, like I usually say, like when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. For them, I'm a prisoner, right? But how do I see myself? That introspection, that like inner analysis, like how do I do it? Do I know myself? Like they can tag me however they want to, right? They can call me Hemler Mauricette, you're an American, you're this, you're that, you're black, but how do I see myself? But for me, it stands for president, right? At the end of the day, when you don't know your roots, when you don't know who you are, whatever they say about you, they tell you, you can get to your mentor, right? You can get you crazy because you don't know who you. It's like you're looking for validation or something like that. But I always manage to try to see the positive through anything, the good like through anything.
Hi, my name is Sandy Ceas, and I consider myself a social practice artist. That means I'm an artist who gets affected by the social conditions in the world. And as an artist, I feel like I need to process some of the responses that I feel to the social injustices that are going on in the world and work it out through my art, and to share my art with others to possibly add to the dialogue or the discourse about the social issue at hand. 2020 gave us a lot of social issues to consider, and the George Floyd incident was one that triggered me for this piece called Humanity. I had this dream as a child. As you can see, I'm older, and I grew up in the 50s and 60s when segregation was still prominent, especially in the South. And as a child, I couldn't quite understand what that meant for humanity. But I had this dream, this imagination of if everybody got together and intermarried, then the flesh tones would neutralize or become such a variety that we wouldn't have this situation of them or us or the other. So this piece, Humanity, kind of came from that dream as a child. And it started actually about 10 years ago in the studio of my mind. I decided I would try to collect wood grains from all over the world, and I found a resource that could supply me with these little tiles of various grain tones from all over the world. And I collected these and put them in a box and stored them away. I knew the piece that I wanted to create, but I just didn't feel like it was time yet. But 2020 changed that, and I dragged those boxes out and got to the scroll saw and started creating a discourse in my head of what I wanted to say about bringing all these tones together. So I will move some close-ups here so you can see it a little bit closer, but basically behind us is a text-written piece of all the different wood tones that reads, "One day, one place, one way, one language, one nation, one people, one world, one love, one tribe, one wisdom, one spirit, one justice, one neighbor, one generation, one accord, one family, one humanity, one flesh, one we." When I think of the tiny word one, I'm impressed by how it has so much power in its inclusivity. It may only be a single unit, but also can be the unity of all. And that's what I was trying to accomplish with this piece called Humanity.
Ain't nothing funny, you got the bunnies. now, hopping all around, trying to copy this sound. But I be late, then yo, I first her name when I was born real slow, but I came out fast. Baby, make the beat last, and on the road you cannot pass me. I'm on the freeway and I can see the way a long way. I call that vision, cause ain't nothing missing. Like I'm hopping on this track, and you get it like that. Ha ha, I'm laughing at the enemy. I smack that sucker in his mouth. He don't want Nathaniel, he don't want Nathaniel. I got that proof, I got that truth. Can you handle it? I got that truth, I got that truth. Can you handle it? This is that music, how I use it. I never abuse it. It's like the pure and ardent. We got this music, so clean it up like you had enough. And I will give you a little more stuff you got in your closet. Don't worry about the music, don't pause it. Just let this track hit you in the back, black, like the slaves had when they got whipped, but they just got stronger. And I hold them tears so I may cry a little longer. And you don't know a gonger drum, the time is up, son. And it was that talented one. Talents last for only so long. Words strong longer, and you get stronger. And you gotta say that you get stronger. Take it at your booty crack and never get booty whack. Cause I, Nathaniel, get you a little bit more. Get you a little bit more. More. Them spores be flying through the sky trying to infect you and I with that COVID-19. Now I mean, I've never been green, I'm more like blue, and I'm keeping it true. And I, like blue, jumping in the ocean.